What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today, I want to talk a bit about Modern Warfare 2, and this is not really like official or anything like that. This is like purely my opinion and what I think that Call of Duty should do, specifically what Modern Warfare 2 should do. Now, there's not really gonna be like much of a script or anything in this video. There's also not gonna be much of a serious point or anything. I don't want to say a serious point, but there's not gonna be like an actual point like, oh, after this many minutes, you're gonna realize like, hey, this is breathtaking information. Not really, you know. You guys are keeping up with COD news probably as much as I have. There's not a whole lot in Modern Warfare 2, and obviously there's not a whole lot in Vanguard. A lot of people are not happy with the USS Texas map. I still haven't gotten to play it. I haven't gotten to play the new Fortune's Keep map either. It sucked, you know, but like I said in my previous videos, if this is the first video you're watching of mine, you know, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. But like I said in my previous videos, my graphics card is not coming yet for some reason. I think it might be here, but it's like not for sure here. Like there's just so many like loops I have to go through to be able to get my new graphics card, because the one I originally got broke, basically. Anyway, gameplay you're watching here is Desert Siege. I don't even remember what gun I'm using here. Probably a new assault rifle / LMG. Not quite sure if I remember which one, but it's exposed. Probably one of the most fun parts about Vanguard, honestly, because it's just super casual, lots of bots in this mode, and it's just easy to drop, you know, very high kill gameplays. Oh, it's the Nikita. I'm using the Nikita in this gameplay. But anyway, getting on to the main point here, what I want to talk about today is Modern Warfare 2's basically odd decision, in my opinion, to keep releasing on the old gen consoles. This being obviously the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, I believe. I don't even remember what the Xbox is called at this point. I've been on PC for so long. But I just think it's a terrible, terrible idea. Keep in mind that these consoles originally released in 2013, making them 9 years old, probably 10 by the time some people get the game, right? Like if you get the game in like January, February of 2023, that's officially gonna be just about 10 years. You're playing on a console from 10 years ago, okay? Technology changes pretty fast these days if you've been living under a rock, all right? Like an iPhone from 10 years ago with an iPhone from today is nowhere near the same, okay? Like sure, it's inherently the same, but like functionality, speed, graphics, like all of it is just, you know, completely furnished up, like looks so much better. And it's going to be the same case with Call of Duty, right? The reason why having it backwards compatible in this aspect is bad is because it limits the, I guess, like bottlenecking. It kind of bottles, and that's probably a better word, honestly, for all you like business majors out there. It bottlenecks the performance of what the game could potentially be if there were no limits. So say, let's just make some numbers up here, right? So say on the PlayStation 4, you can only get 60 frames per second, which is, I think, partially true. But in the PS5, you could get, I don't know, 144 hertz, and on a PC, you can get 144 hertz. Now they have to downscale the game graphically to make it so that the PS4 can be running at 60 hertz. And while your game on PC or PS5 might actually still be, you know, 144 hertz or whatever the max hertz is, you're not going to be able to fully maximize that up to its capacity, simply because there's a PS4 version out there which is, you know, limiting how good the graphics can potentially be. Not even just on a PS4, but also on a PC as well. This is the main flaw in the logic, right? It hinders too many people's performances. But it also, obviously, the reason why they're doing it is because they want to make sure that as many people can buy and play this game as possible. Honestly, I'm not super sure how bad the shortage is right now for new gen consoles. You know, the new Xbox and the PS5. Last I checked, they're a little more practical, or at least the Xbox is. I think the PS5 is a little still hard to get. Honestly, like if you're struggling between the two, my best recommendation is to just buy a PC that's like maybe around the same price as a console, and then just buy the game. Like people don't understand that like a PC, it's a huge cost up front, especially if you get a nice one. But keep in mind, you don't have to pay subscription fees. PlayStation, Xbox, whatever. You don't have to pay that anymore. You pay for the game once, and as long as you have internet service and the game itself installed, you can play that game basically, essentially, quote unquote, for free moving forward, right? Like you don't have to waste PS Plus or Xbox Live, whatever, like Microsoft Live, whatever it's called. And so in the long run, it might look like a PC is like, you know, not super great. Honestly, buying a console, like especially if you can afford a PC, is just a short-term thing, right? Like you're just like, oh, I only have to spend $400 instead of like $1,000 on a PC. But keep in mind, after 2 years, you're probably going to be spending close to $1,000 between the games, between the Xbox Live, between a new controller. Like, there's going to be so many more upgrades that you need to do versus just having it on PC, and you're pretty much good. I think something else that scares console people off, not to get on too much of a rant here, but people think that you can't use a controller on a PC. No, you can. A lot of people do. Some of the best players in the world do. So people are scared to go to mouse and keyboard. You don't have to. You don't have to go to mouse and keyboard. But going to PC, it's so much better, just graphically and all that stuff. Like, especially, and convenient, right? Like, getting a PS5 is not super easy right now. Like, I just don't get why people are going through so much of a struggle to get it. If you have a PS5 already, it's like, it is what it is. But if you're like on the fence about getting a new game, or getting a new console rather, I mean, honestly, look towards getting a PC. It's going to be better for you in the long run. It's easier to upgrade, and it's more practical as well. Like, what are you going to, like, you can watch Netflix on a PlayStation. You can also do that on a PC, obviously, right? Like, so many other games to play. You can play Steam games. Old school Call of Duty games are on Steam. Different Battle.net games. There's just so much more flexibility on a PC. I don't understand people who can afford a PC and choose to buy a console. It just doesn't make any sense to me. If you're like a poor college student or something like that, I get it. You can only scrape together enough money to get a PS5 and one game per year. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this economy, I understand. But for people who are like, working full time, living at home, saving up money, I mean, if you want to take gaming seriously, I would recommend getting a PC. I didn't mean to go on this huge rant here, but it's just something I've been feeling, and I had time in this commentary, so I figured I might as well go ahead and let you guys have it. I think you should get a PC. But yeah, again, there's no concrete evidence of this like not happening. Like, I'm pretty sure it's still projected and basically established that these games are going to be backwards compatible on your old school PS4 and whatnot. So it is what it is. I'm not super thrilled with it. I guess I'm happy for like the casual fans out there who are, and I say casual not even in a rude sense, but like, if you're still doing that and if you think that's like the best way to game, especially nowadays, like, I can't get on board with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's super casual, playing on a like 10-year-old console, playing with these graphics. Like, it's like having an iPhone like 4 right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're probably not super into phones. Let's just put it that way. That's the comparison I can give. I know this might rustle some feathers, especially for the PS4 and Xbox One fan base. I think it's Xbox One. It's definitely not 360. But I just don't like the whole limited capabilities of the new games based on this. And partially, I think it's because a PS5 is super hard to get right now. It's why, Activision's more so likely, but I'm hoping by Treyarch's next game, which is going to be in 2024, mind you, I'm hoping that they can, kind of pull it together and kind of not have it so that everyone is going to be forced to play with old gen consoles. I think the only last redeeming factor here is that sorry to be mean or anything, but if you're playing on a PS4, you're probably not super excited or super into Call of Duty, super into gaming, right? Otherwise, you'd probably be on a newer gen, a PC or a PS5. And so there's probably going to be a higher casual base. So maybe skill-based matchmaking won't be super thick, super high in Modern Warfare 2. Maybe that's the case. I'm just saying, I don't know. But maybe again, they'll have like connection-based, or I don't know. We'll have to see, right? It's pretty much going to do it for the video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I try to put out videos on Call of Duty basically every single day, as long as I can. I'm hoping that Modern Warfare 2 is going to give some actual content and actual news to cover, as opposed to the one drop of like water of news we get per week between Modern Warfare 2 and Vanguard. Vanguard honestly got to be like one of the most dead games, like not even Call of Duty, just dead games in general, right? Like, that fan base on Reddit, if you can call it that, pretty much died every like, I don't even know, pretty much died after like a month or two. It was tough. It's definitely tough to support this game. It's tough to be a fan of this game, but at the end of the day, Call of Duty fans gotta do what Call of Duty fans gotta do. So that's it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay. Let me know how your day was. Let me know what you guys think about, should they have PS4 progression, not progression, but should they have PS4 support and Xbox support, or should they just cater to new consoles and PCs? Let me know that stuff in the comment section down below. And again, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Peace out.